So if I was to, let me see, let's play.
We right here where it all go down. I got my man Snake.
Oh yeah, peace in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
We back at it, man. We in here in his lab. This is where it all go down. He got the booth right there, the soundproof booth. You know, where they be, and then he got everything right here. He mixing, mastering. This is where the film, music, and photo take place. Look at the booth. Let me go inside the booth, man. I think I can put a few bars down.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put it down in here, man. It's all professional. Dr. Dre can come in here and drop a track.
Oh man, that's cool.
In here, it'll be really professional.
Right.
And then like if we wanted to.
So this is where Snake. He put. Oh yeah, that's cool right there. This is where Snake makes it all happen right here. Where he comes in and does his magic. He does all the film and the photos, right?
Yeah,
and
man.
Voice Too Hard handles the music.
We do all that right here and make it happen. Got the keyboard, for making beats. And then I got my, all my little stuff, my MacBook Pro, And this is
the booth is awesome, man. Look at that booth right there, man.
Yeah.
That's fully soundproof right there.
Everything is custom made. Made it from scratch.
Wow. And even got his theater chairs right there. Check him out. I look like those the ones in the mall where you massage, huh?
Yeah, and then you can cut lights on them.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And of course they kick back, so you could just lay all the way back in them.
Oh yeah, you just be really relaxed. So let's get a little, man. So Snake.
Yeah.
Miyo, right? Where did you grow up at, bro?
Man, Park Village. Park Village Elementary School, all the way through high school. Probably a couple of more years after high school. Yeah, we was out of there. You know what I'm saying? But
So you're a 60s, 70s guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Park Village.
Yeah, early 60s, because we was in there when it was called Victory Park.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't Park Village yet. It was Victory Park.
Wow. See, that's a bit of history right there for you.
Yeah.
So what was that? What was like growing up there, man? Just give us an inside look.
And the village, I'm telling you, some of the best days, the best time of my life was spent right there in that village. Them is my roots. You know what I'm saying? That's where everything, from a child coming up, that's where it all happened at. You know what I'm saying? When I think back on time, my mind go back to Park Village. You know what I'm saying? Because there is where, we met so many people. It's like everybody was talented. Everybody had gifts and ideals and trades. But a lot of it was just trapped. It was just trapped in there. It couldn't get out. There was no ventilation for us to get the quality of who we were out into the stream. You know what I'm saying? But I got an idea. So we're going to see what happened on that. And we're going to come back at this thing. And we're going to give it to our young people that's coming up in there. You know what I'm saying? So that they can understand that there is a way out, and we're going to just go from there.
Cool. I'm going to cut it right. Talk to me about the sound system.
Oh, shoot. This is straight, probably pretty much top of the line right here. You ain't going to get no better than this.
You just showed me that. What was that you just showed me?
No, that was
the drone?
Yeah. We using nothing but, like this is the latest model right here.
And what is it called?
It's called a DJI, the drone. This right here shoots in 5K, and it snaps photos as well as videos and stuff like that.
So what gave you in voice? Your son is Voice Too Hard, right? He's known as Voice Too Hard, right? What gave you guys the idea to even venture over there? What was it? What drew you to it?
To this, where we at right now?
Yes.
Sometimes things just has a way of just taking off on its own. Talent lives in us. Just like I said, I was brought up around a lot of talent, but we didn't know how to ventilate it out of there. You know, we was trapped in a situation where we couldn't get out of. You know, but when I saw it in my son coming up out of junior high school, I was like, oh my goodness. I said, is that you? You know what I'm saying? You really did that? You know what I'm saying? So go to find out, he was way talented than I thought he was, you know? So I took that and said, hey, you know, I checked with the school because he was getting a lot of reports from the teachers telling that he's behind, he's a class clown. All he wanted to do is sit in class and make people laugh, you know what I'm saying? And throw kites and stuff like that, you know? So that's all he was interested in. And I told him, I said, okay, you graduate, I'll manage you and I'll build you a state-of-the-art studio. And after that, he graduated.
He got focused.
Yeah, he walked across the stage with a cap and
gown. Because you put something out there, man. Yeah. You showed him something that he was desiring and he wanted.
Yeah.
And he knew in order to have it, he had to give you something.
Yeah. And I had to, you know, make it clear to him that, you know, as a parent, you know, it doesn't look good to put all your energy into something that he was getting into, which was hip hop, without putting that same energy into his education. Because people would look at me and say, you know what, if you put that same energy into him graduating high school, he would have a diploma. So it didn't look good. So he knew what he had to do.
Right. So let's back it up a little bit. So you came out of Park Village, right? You were in Park Village. What were some of the things that you saw in Park Village that made you who? Because in Park Village, you was known as Snake.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're known as Miyo. Right. But there were some things that you saw in Park Village that helped shape you and help lead you to put you in another space in time. You know, we want to see how did those skills in Park Village transfer to where you are now.
Well, actually, you know, the way I know that I transferred over into something else is because, you know, I just got tired of going to jail, you know, and my last time in jail, I was facing 22 years in McAllister's Penitentiary, and that was for smuggling drugs from California into Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, so there was no way out. And, you know, until I looked over across the way and I saw a guy over there and he was giving the word. He was putting the word out there of God. And I took it. I went over there and, man, I went into that situation and he delivered me out of there. People couldn't believe that I actually walked out of there. Man. But before I walked, I had a whole ocean of people that was following me and I was telling them about the word and how it worked. And how you make it, you know, benefits you in the long run, you know. And if you explain something to someone the proper way, you know, they'll, you know, take on to it if that's something that they really want. And my transformation started there. Okay. Now I got a nice house, 5-bedroom, you know, nice cars, up in the mountain, nice mountain views.
Yeah, you have a very lovely home.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I had to make a choice. Either this, or I could be still back there doing nothing, just hanging out, drinking, doing whatever, you know, looking for hustles or whatever. But instead, I did something else, you know, and that led me here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it has been documented that you was known as the first snake from out of that area. You know, and although there was other snakes that came.
I became Snake.
Tell us about that.
In 1972, you know, so I heard about the king snake. They was kind of thinking like, okay, who was the first snake? Well, that was me. You know, king snake came later because Acacia came after Park Village because it started in the Grandies. They worked their way down to Boot Hill, and we was just right across the street. You know, and then it went on to Spooktown and Casia, and
so
then it just started spreading all over.
So back then, you probably know you was with Tight Eyes,
Tie-Dye,
Jack the Ripper,
King Rat, Jack the Ripper. You know, I used to hang
Lil
out.
Ronnie,
Yeah, Lil Ronnie, that crazy, bro. Lil Ronnie, yeah.
Half Pint Bruno.
Half Pint Bruno.
Tell us about Half Pint Bruno.
Half Pint Bruno was cool. You know, that was my boy. You know, Bruno was cool, and still is cool. You know what I'm saying? But Half Pint was my boy. I haven't seen him in a while. You know, I'm gonna have to look him up and try to find out where he's at. I think he might be doing some time right now. You know, maybe I could go drop something off on his books or something. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I'm glad you brought that up because I definitely need to do that. And you know, I mean, everybody. You know, we was pretty much the most known in Park Village, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a brother, my brother Bo, everybody knew Bo with the black 6'3" Chevy, you know. I mean, that was like a magazine cover page all day long, you know. It's probably the cleanest 6'3" Chevy in Compton, I know.
Wow. So many people don't talk about Boot Hill Reggie, man. That's not a whole lot out. So give us something about Boot Hill Reggie, man, that, you know, that would like.
Boot Hill Reggie was more like, he was like the chicken, the rooster that wake us all up early in the morning.
Explain.
And he would, like, he's from Boot Hill. You know, Boot Hill is like, my bedroom window is right here. Boot Hill is right there. Just right across the street. And he had just, like, probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. Boot Hill, motherfucker. You know, and he just take off like that, you know, and he got his silver satin in his hand, he's drinking. I'm like, shit, I ain't even had breakfast yet. You know, this guy here with a whole fifth of bitter dog.
Hollering Boot Hill.
Yelling Boot Hill. You know what I'm saying? But that was every morning. We expect that every morning out of
Every morning?
Every morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Grasshopper told a story about the rabbit. He hung the rabbit out there on the rope and stuff. That was interesting, you know. I thought Boot Hill Reggie, man. I mean, you know, he seemed methodical because a lot of people speak on Boot Hill, but they never gave like you guys gave background on Boot Hill Reggie, and I appreciate that. Yeah. What about Crip Connie? Did you ever see Crip Connie?
Crip Connie, Beverly, Tina. They was like three of a kind right there. You know, they always was in Boot Hill. But, you know, I never really talked to Crip Connie.
I heard she was kind of scary to talk to.
She was, you know what I'm saying? Because
she was such a force.
She was knocking niggas out and shit, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know what to say to her because she looked like she's so alert and all her lights are on. And they on your ass, you know what I'm saying?
She was on go mode.
She was in go mode, you know what I'm saying? But I was the snake, you know what I'm saying? So I was quiet, laid back. I never really had a lot to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Just to myself, you know, just doing me, you know. But I pay attention to everything that's going on around me, you know. But I never had no problem with nobody, though. Not really, no real problems. You know, I got jumped at a party once, you know, but, you know. That
was you out of bounds?
I was out of bounds. I was out of bounds. Yeah. And it went down. Quasar. This is the lady that's gonna do she's gonna write the movies. Mm-hmm. She's gonna put it in script.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna call her back and stuff. You know, I'm gonna answer that right now.
Okay. Well, cool. But also, what I want to know. What was Mac Thomas like, man? Because he's as bigger than life, man. He's like the ultimate Crip. You know what I mean? Based on his style, his presence, and his leadership, and the things he do. Give us something about Mac Thomas.
Mac Thomas, you know, to me, he was more like a mystery. That was just to me. Because Mac Thomas, he stood in a class all by himself. You know, I mean, he was always, his brothers was always around him, like Landis and Melvin, you know, Lee. But Lee was my boy. You know, me and Lee, we hung out all the time. We talked. But I could never talk to, because of Landis, he'd be quiet. He'd be just standing there, and he's paying attention to everything. So you don't know what to say to him, you know what I'm saying? But whatever you say, you got to make sense, and that shit better not be stupid. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way you make you feel. We was at a party in up in Carson one summer, and it was before we was initiated, and that was my first time getting a chance to actually see them, with my own eyes, and they walked in the party. Everything was fine. I was floating and everything was cool, you know what I'm saying? And the party was just going, and all of a sudden they start coming in. They came in single file line. They went all the way around the walls. They never took their back off the wall. And they kept their eyes on everything. And they walked in there, man, and that's when your blood run cold. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what to do. You don't know it's going down. You
can't determine what they're thinking.
Yeah, you can't determine it. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to happen, Black Connie, she comes into the party and say, hey, y'all, some enemies outside. You know what I'm saying? So that got everybody out. That was my chance to do a beeline. I'm serious, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't because my foot wouldn't leave because I'm looking at the situation at hand outside, what's about to go down, and I couldn't move, you know what I'm saying? So I just stood there and man, it just, once it was all over with, I started, pew!
There it is, there. So there was another occasion where you saw Mac Thomas at Compton High.
Oh, yeah.
How was he dressed? Let's start with that.
Yeah, Mac Thomas, man, he was dressed he was wearing some, this was before we knew who Mac Thomas was. Because I was right there on Oleander, right there where the stadium, right there. And then they was in front of the science lab, just right across from the cafeteria. And they was in that grass area right there. And anybody know Compton High will probably know where I'm talking about. And they was all standing there like this here. All of them. Just like this here. And Mac Thomas was walking like this. And then he was walking back and forth, and he was talking to him. But I couldn't make out what he was saying, because I'm across the street right there. And I know he's saying something. But
how many guys you figure? If you had to take a guess.
If I was to take a guess, I would say maybe anywhere between 30, maybe 40 OGs from the Grandies. They was all there. Mac Thomas.
And how were they dressed?
Well, they was all dressed in like leather coats.
The waistline?
Yeah, they was wearing the black leather coats. They was wearing like the Ace Deuces. Some of them had on derbies. Some of them had on brims. Godfathers.
Was this during the time everybody was cutting their hair as well?
No, this was way before then. This was actually in 1972 or 71. Yeah, and then shortly right after that, it took off. And we was there. And everything just took place, just like it was like, that's just what it was. Yeah, that's my son, Voice. Right
that's there. Voice? What's going on, Voice? How you doing? Can we get you?
I just woke up. Bro.
Oh, you just woke up? This is Voice Too Hard, y'all, right here. This the man. Okay, we'll catch you another time, boys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So, Mac was wearing like the overalls, no shirt on. One of his straps was down.
Was he cut up?
Oh yeah, he was cut up. You know what I'm saying? And when the bell rung, that was the last bell of the day right there. School is out. And he said them last few words, and they scattered all through the school, and they was tapping people's pockets and searching them for money and this and that. I was like, wow, look at this shit. Man, after that.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I was scared, you know what I'm saying? Because, we ain't used to seeing nothing like this here. And I didn't know if it was going to be, like some gunfire or someone getting shot or something like that. Their appearance was just dreadful, like scary, like something that you don't want to.
It was because you never seen that people dressed like that before.
Yeah. But once you become part of that, you know what I'm saying, and then you understand, the power that you got behind you, it's something, it changes you, from just that innocence to something more, aggressive.
How long did it take you before you figured you wanted to be a part of it?
Well, when you're young, you just kind of swerve in the direction that everybody else going in. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you like. I know that there have to be a difference between, someone that's in a gang and someone that actually gang bang. You just kind of like, you know that if anybody mess with you, it's gonna be a situation. That's the only thing you know. You mess with me, it's gonna be a situation. But if you don't mess with me, where everything's cool.
But how good did that feel to know that you had the whole Grandies, the Park Village, Boot Hill? I mean, any situation rise up, those three was coming to assembly like quick, fast.
It happened. It happened right after that party. I woke up and I realized, something. I was washing my face in the sink. I couldn't remember anything that happened that night, But then it started coming to me what happened. And I realized I got jumped last night at a party. And then I looked in the mirror and I saw my jaw swollen and stuff like that. So I quickly got dressed. I was at my pop's house. He lived on one end of the village. Mom's lived on the other end. They were separated. And I ran all the way back down to my mom's house. And they was just happened to be all out there. It was around noon. They was all over Alondra, everywhere up in my little area where I live at, And I told them, I said, man, I just got jumped, man. I ain't gonna throw no names out there,
Yeah.
But it was a gang of them, and I knew all of them too, And but I survived it, I got through it. If it had been a different place, maybe something else would have happened, but
So at that moment, Mac Thomas and the whole Grandies and Big Rebo and
all of them,
Little Dog Bruno, Marcellus.
We all strolled out the village on Compton Boulevard side. We was going across the canal, and it was a gang of them. Ooh, there was a lot of them, and the police saw us. They called a backup, and the next thing you know, it was a swarm of police, helicopter in the sky, everything, because they knew something was going down and something was going to happen. But they got on the PA system, told us all to turn around and go back into the village. So
was that like an encounter with the U.S. boys at that time? Do you know? Can you say that?
No, it wasn't them.
Okay. Okay.
But we all turned around, went back into the village, and that was it.
Man.
I'm glad it didn't go through. What I'm saying? Because I knew where we was going, but I couldn't call it off. So
it was 0 to 100 at that moment.
It went from 0 to 100, but somehow it was cut off. The circulation was cut off, and we went back and we just went on with a regular day, and the days just started rolling by. It was nothing,
Well, sucks, man. I appreciate that story of Grandies, Boot Hill, and Park Village, man. And is there anything you can add? Going out, right? What can we do to help these kids understand how important it is that they find direction and their purpose? Because you found your purpose.
Oh yeah.
And you help your son stay focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What can we give them to help them become focused?
Well, first of all, when you're young, you kind of like open to a lot of things, elements and stuff, especially if you're coming up in the hood. You got a lot of homies and shit, everybody is down with each other, I mean, we die for each other, we fight for each other, you can bet I got your back, It's always them kind of things that sucker you into it, because, you feel that security, you feel that. But when you start getting older, you start getting more mature, you start thinking a little bit more serious about where you're going in life, and it'll come to a choice you're going to have to make.
How much of that stuff is vagina related?
With who?
Vagina related.
Shit. Yeah, the girls keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep it going, what I'm saying? They keep it hype, because...
So back to the kids.
Yeah. So, basically, as you get older, you get more mature. You start thinking you got to make a decision. You're either going to try to go for something, make something of your life. You're only here for a short distance, for a short time. And during this time, we need to be productive. We need to do something to better ourselves, because you're gonna have children one day, and you're gonna marry one day, you're gonna make money one day, think about other places, it's not just here in the hood, you got places you can go and enjoy your life.
Do you think you'll ever get to a place where you can start taking on some mentorship roles and, showing the kids how to use the equipment and be a part of,
what I mean? This is the whole thing with this whole, we got an upcoming a meeting that's coming up, and hopefully everything go well. We're gonna actually, try to present probably, the biggest movie in the world, and it's gonna be right. It's gonna be about Compton. It's gonna be in Compton. Yeah, it's a lot of movies came out, gang banging movies. This is not about gang banging. This is about us. It's about something that happened in our lives during this time that we was here, and we can actually go back into that situation and defuse it. You know what I'm saying? Like going back
and narrate it in a way from our perspective, from the lens of our eyes, and whatever that intellectual property that resides in each and one of our subconsciousness.
Exactly. It's gonna be no more and no less than what you make it.
Okay.
If what you put in it is what you're gonna get out of it. If you put a little in, you're gonna get a little out of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go for all that you have, every ounce of inspiration that you can find within yourself. You're gonna have to go for it.
So we Compton ready. Would you say we Compton ready?
Compton ready.
There it is, there, man. So we're gonna leave it right there. We got Miyo, aka Snake.
Yeah.
You got Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to drop by the mail room. And hit like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. So when this dope content drop, it'll hit like the first 15. And be sure to drop a comment down below, because I love reading your comments. Your comments are very inspirational, and I appreciate it. I know Snake, he goes in there, he looks at them as well. So a lot of the people, they go in there, they love to comment. So continue to comment, help us be better at what we do. Until then, we're out.
Peace.